Here we go. Hey there, peoples. I'm the Motorcycle Mick, and today we are talking about cameras to carry on your motorcycle. What ones are good? Which ones are bad? I got some cameras pulled up off camera, or I guess off screen, I guess. Once again, joined by the Norseman.
What's up?
He's wearing a hat today. Something new.
Usually always wear a hat.
If you guys haven't watched any of my... Oh, wait. Yeah.
No, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
If you guys haven't watched any of my content or watching content for the first time, check out some of my videos if you like it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. And on this live stream, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Also, hit bell icon to be notified if you do subscribe to be notified when I upload my videos, which is every Tuesday around 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you guys didn't catch this week's video, it was about motorcycle EMS, ways to help people, or ways you can help people if you feel comfortable in case of a motorcycle accident. Once again, get training. I cannot reiterate that enough, but get enough training.
I second that.
But we are looking at cameras for the motorcycle. And the reason I bring this up is because when you have to deal with incidents, I guess, incidents, things that you're seeing, or even if you just want to have a memory you want to retain while on the motorcycle, then having a camera on your bike is going to be perfect for you. I really do like having a camera in mind. What's up, Spiff? Spiff is in here. You know what? I'm going to do this real quick, too. I'm going to, because we have a great community here, and a bunch of moto vloggers and people that film content. So if you guys do have a camera you like using or want to talk about it, I just put the link in the side chat. Feel free to click on that. Join in. Oh, what's up, Wind Reaper? But we are talking about the cameras we have on our bikes. I know the Norseman is just now getting into having cameras and stuff on his bike. I have one of his very integral parts still sitting over here next to me.
Yeah, I was going to use that actually today on the ride to hell, but I just took video and that was it.
But I had it.
I'll get it from you.
You will.
Always do.
But we are looking at cameras for on the bike. And to lead off to talk about why we need to have cameras on our motorcycles, it's mainly a protective thing. Like I said, when I ride with my motorcycle and have my camera on or even just on my helmet, I've noticed that people start acting a lot less crazy around me because they're on video. You can't undo video. I guess you can, but you can't undo my video. So the whole world and possibly the police department will see you if needed to be. Just the way it is. But also for insurance purposes, things like that.
I'm finding that nowadays most people actually have either cameras on their bikes, in their cars. Pretty much everywhere, anywhere.
Spiff says Hero 5. Hero 5 session, super convenient. We might have to pop one of those up. I don't know if they even make this session anymore. They're small.
No, I actually have one. It's literally one cubic inch.
Oh, I know. I don't know if they still make them, though. I think they just had the 7, the 8.
They don't. The session, I think, stopped at 5. Because I had a 4, I had a 5, and then I went to the GoPro 7s, and I got a pair of those, and I think I'm going to hang there for just a little bit.
Yeah, the 7 is really nice. They don't,
it is.
But you can get them refurbed. You can get them refurbed.
That works.
I don't know. I'm not really a fan of stuff like that with the internal batteries. I know I'm going to pop up a couple on here that are going to have internal batteries on them. But I am not really a fan of having a camera with an internal battery because while you can hook something in it to keep it charging constantly, I like being able to swap out the batteries when I need to. It makes it really easy, quick. I've got like 8 or 9 batteries for my GoPros, so I like being able to do that. And plus now with my new iPhone 11, it makes it a lot simpler to film, being able to swap out batteries when it starts dying versus having to stop and then having the 11 to really film off the bike or just if I don't feel like carrying a GoPro with me.
That was actually like one of the biggest drawbacks. So I remember with GoPro, the session 4 and 5 were both like internal cameras, or I'm sorry, internal batteries. And then They also had the GoPro, which was like the already encased underwater casing and everything else like that put together. And that I hated the fact that like you can only use them for like 60 minutes, if that, and then that's it. You got to throw it back on the charger. So in essence, it's like if you were to like try to film something concurrently, you'd have to have multiple cameras and just do a swap out as you go. Where with the 7, I find swapping the battery is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean, normally when I'm filming or I'm riding with my 7, I found out normally if I'm going to stop, I can swap the battery out. I don't ride, even if I was to ride straight through, the battery will last as long as I'm not filming in some ridiculous.
So you actually can get a casing for your I believe 6, 7, and 8 that is basically a power bank built into it. You just take the door off, lock it in, and right there you get about 9 hours worth of battery. It's actually pretty fantastic. It's a little bulky, but it would be more something that you would either hand carry, because I think to wear it on your helmet would just be kind of heavy.
It is fully modular. Okay, so I popped that up. Winter said Insta 360 1R is mostly a modular camera swappable lenses. I actually forgot about that one, so I got that pulled up off screen. But we are going to, I'm going to pop this into screen. And also, like I said, I'm going to copy that to clipboard again. See if you do feel like joining in. I know Johnny's not going to be here tonight. He has got some stuff going on. So we're going to start by looking at some of the cameras. I'm going to go back to, I guess, the more economically viable ones first. Used. So this is the E4K Plus. This is one that's like comparable to GoPros, I guess. The more, but there we go. That's the one I want because that's the 4K Plus. The 4K Plus is way more expensive. I mean, there's a bunch of action cameras on on Amazon, and these ones I believe start off at like $229, which is interesting because I'm going to pop up in a minute here. 2 also has that lower price point, but this is something that you can get off of Amazon. Everyone loves these things. The quality of the video isn't like a GoPro, like the Hero 7s, the Hero 8s. But the quality on them is pretty good. I've seen a lot of reviews. I've never had one because I went right to the GoPros. I just figured that's what I'm going to go with. But looking at this camera and seeing the reviews that people have on and watching videos, because when I picked my action camera for my helmet, this is originally what I was going to go with due to the fact that it was the more economically viable at the time, and then some other stuff worked out for me. So
pretty much it was a price point issue.
Yeah, at the time it's a price point. I think that's a lot of things is people are worried about price point, and you don't necessarily need a GoPro to be able to go and film videos or even just film on the bike because it's unnecessary.
I don't know. Like I think my personal opinion on this is like I think the reason why I went GoPro is the mere fact that it was very reputable. It's damn near indestructible. And knowing how I put my equipment through, I need something that's durable.
Which brings me to my next camera I have on my list, which is the Hero 7 Black. And
those are the ones I got twins of.
But dunk it, dash it, whatever, crash it. Super photos. I mean, they do take really good photos. I will say that right now. The photos from the Hero 7 are insane. And the Hero 8. But I wish they had just like take a look at the camera thing. Was this a video? Nope. We're not playing with that game today. That's all I need to get copyright stricken by GoPro. And they're on sale, $229. So this is actually the same price as that E4K right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Hero 7s. But they do offer the hyper smooth, the rugged, and waterproof, voice control, super photo, live streaming. They do offer all those things. They work very good. And the one thing also I would like to mention with these is that GoPro offers this thing called GoPro Plus. And GoPro Plus is a great feature because when you have GoPro Plus, if you break your camera, no matter what, GoPro does not ask questions. GoPro does not care. They will replace your camera. But the Hero 7, if you guys watch my content, you know the Hero 7 is the one I have permanently mounted on my helmet with 128 gig SD cards. That gives me about 4 or 5 hours of filming.
Yeah, about 5 hours and some change, depending on your settings.
Tough as nails, waterproof down to 33 feet. Hands busy, just speak. I do like the voice commands. I do use those a lot. I do use the GoPro start recording, GoPro take a photo, GoPro turn on. I do like those features. It does drain your battery a little bit more, but it is a great feature for them. After that, I mean, there's automatically the step up to the Hero 8, and they got these bundles going again. I love my Hero 8. Great video quality, super clean, and the mod packs on them. You know what? We started playing around with that the media mod, and which is this right here. And what that media mod does is allows you to have like a directional mic. It's the media adapter, just like the Hero 7 had the block. Well, this one's a lot more streamlined. Goes around the camera itself and plugs in. Takes a second to connect. Super easy and worth it. And also, too, if you guys do have GoPro Plus, which I highly recommend, this price is not the right price. They're about $50. But the Hero 8 has all these different light mods, display mod, media mod. So if you're the kind of person that likes to see themselves, I mean, you can see the quality of the video on these things. It's insane. The Hypersmooth 2.0 is nuts. Time warp is one of my favorite things just because it makes travel look so interesting. You know, those long road trips, anything like that. But also, too, is all these cameras are something that you can purchase. I mean, I'm not telling you to go and buy the most expensive thing, but also the quality of a video, whether it's good or bad, will help you in like an incident, you know, or if you do something stupid and you just want to catch it on camera.
What's actually interesting is I like the hyper smooth feature on those. Mainly because it's like going from a Session 5. I ended up having to buy a 3-axis brushless gimbal. And for those that don't know what that is, it's basically this right here, where basically kind of like when you shoot like a little bit more on the professional side, it kind of allows everything to be smoother. Your panning is way smoother. You don't get the jittery video if you're just holding it on a handheld. And that's one of the things that I found that like watching videos. Sometimes when you see people like that don't have that feature, if they're moving around a lot, there's a lot going on the screen. So you know, with the hyper smooth, I find that using it handheld or using it in the gimbal, it works out pretty good. You don't get you don't pick up the mini vibrations.
Ty from Tennessee asks, does the media mod kill your battery? It does with me. It does use more battery because you are powering that directional mic. It is a powered microphone, but at the same time, I don't use it enough on the motorcycle because I wanted to do the 2 camera angle thing, and I just wasn't. 2 camera angles is cool, and I will love to do it more. It's just a lot when you go into editing. And I'll probably play with it more, but yeah, the media mod does drain the battery a little bit faster. I noticed that when me and Norseman were filming videos, that I was swapping out the battery more. But at the same time, I was able to have that way better audio. So, I mean, you do sacrifice battery life, but off the bike, it's great. On the bike, I don't think having the media mod on there is perfect. Is the best idea. Yeah, so media mod will draw on the battery, to be honest, 45 to 45 minutes or 40 to 45 minutes. Best case I get on 2K60.
Do you have access to your charging port when you have the media mod on?
Yes.
I think at that point, probably wouldn't be bad to actually have like an external battery pack that plugs
No,
in.
it wouldn't be. My
I mean,
dilemma.
if it was that much of a concern, but obviously you wouldn't want to strap all that to your helmet,
Yeah.
So I think with the way you use the media mod, battery life, it's kind of a moot point because either A, you're swapping, or B, if you're really concerned about it, you can just get yourself an external battery pack to put on it.
Yeah, my Dunlop says I use the media mod to plug in the battery bank and microphone easier. It is true. I do need to get a shotgun mic for my GoPro Hero 8. I'm looking at that. And Ty from Tennessee says, "Yeah, man, I get about 45-minute tops with the mod." Man, I guess that's always that sacrifice, though. I mean, and that's the bad part is when you have to sacrifice battery life or something else. But if you want to get past the media aspect of it, I don't know. I find it that it makes it a lot easier to make quality audio on there. We're gonna go back to there we go. All right, media mod. All right, so this is one of GoPro's direct competitors. This is the Osmo Action. Up until that, DJI made the little Osmo, which was the little handheld with a gimbal. Really good camera for like if you're off bike, or some people did figure out ways to mount them on the bikes, but they needed a mic adapter. I think that's the problem with everyone else is that everything always needs a mic adapter, and it's super annoying. The Osmo Action does have this very unique feature, though. It does have a front-facing screen and a back-facing screen, but I can only imagine what that does to battery life while using it, because now you're powering up two screens unless you can shut off that front screen.
I know somebody came up with a very inexpensive way to. It uses no battery, and it's basically a selfie mirror that clips onto the back of the GoPro, and you can actually see what you're shooting while you're shooting it.
Says
It's like $15 on Amazon.
My Dunlop says I do have a 6,700 milliamp hour battery bank velcroed to my helmet. I can ride 6 to 7 hours without swapping batteries. That would be nice. That'd be super nice.
I gotta ask, does that get heavy? Because it's a pretty big battery bank.
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, like, what do you think about that, man? What do you think about that front-facing camera?
I mean, realistically, if you're shooting, if you're shooting more so yourself, it's good to get that initial like shot of where you are, because it's like, I don't know, like something that I really don't like about GoPro is that if you have it like set up somewhere, and you're trying to do like kind of like what we do, right? You try to get everything in frame, and you kind of want to keep everything center in frame without seeing where you are per se. You kind of have a tendency to either step out into frame or step out of frame, or if you want to like sidestep it to present something, it's just nice to be able to kind of put in perspective where you are in the scheme of things.
No, keep in mind, like, when we talk about these things, it's because we are, like, for me personally, I film YouTube videos. So when I kept my camera on recording when I ride, but also I do film videos using my cameras. And so I'm going to be using these for all purposes, not just one. So if you are looking for a camera just for your motorcycle, honestly, a Amazon one or a Walmart one, anything that's going to record decent quality video, and that could be like even just 1080p is going to work great. I'm just going with these because these are more quality ones. These ones are going to give you better last out of them, and also too, they're going to be under warranty. And like say with GoPro, they have their don't ask questions replacement policy if you do have GoPro Plus. So sign up for that. It is something I do recommend.
Is there a cost associated with that?
It's like $3.99 a month. It's super inexpensive. It gives you discounts on a bunch of stuff. It takes away having to worry about damaging a GoPro because they are expensive investments, but GoPro is really good about, we want to take care of our customer.
Yeah, they have really good customer service.
All right, and then we get to this one. This is the Drift. So this is a all-in-one unit. And I do believe these have just a micro. You can actually just plug a microphone directly into them. If I am incorrect about that, let me know. But you can see the prices on these is way different. I mean, if you're going to be looking for just a camera for your helmet to record for accidents, the Ghost X would probably be a great investment. They're small, lightweight. They do not. I mean, they got a great battery life on them, and they work very, very well. I know a lot of YouTubers that use them. I've known a lot of people that love them, and based off of the people that are using them, who I very much trust their opinions highly, I would say go with that option for $100.
Is that a side mount?
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily side mount. You can mount it anywhere.
I know, but just kind of looking at like the general shape of it, like GoPros are like a lot more like you have more width than you have, depth. So I don't know, having it like if you're like you with the full face, if you have it up on the top of your helmet, I don't know, it just looks a little awkward to have like, especially like imagine if you're using a chin mount, right?
Well, this is
just the mere fact of having it like stick out that like what looks to be like 2 inches.
Well, these Ghosts aren't big. They have big battery life. They got SD storage, but they are not big. I would probably say, probably about the length of a GoPro and like half the height of it. They're very small, compact, but they work great. And if you are looking for something that's going to have that backing behind it, which is, you can buy any inexpensive action camera, because when you're on a motorcycle, you're going to use an action camera. You can buy any inexpensive action camera and use it, and it probably will do just fine. But I like to stick with people that are going to have a backing to their product and be very straightforward about what their intentions are.
Also, just to kind of throw this out there, when before you make your final selection, understand that some of these have restrictions on the size micro SD card that you can put in them. Because I know with the Hero Sessions and GoPro, you can only go. What's up, Rick? I know with the Sessions you can only go up to I think like 64 gigabyte, where on the 7s and 8s you can go 128.
Uh-oh. We're in trouble. We got my Dun Life for the first time ever on this stream. Always commenting. First time caller.
First time caller. Anyway, so you guys were asking about the battery bank. It's really not that big and it's not that heavy. I mean, obviously you feel it because it's it's right on the end of the. Now I got it flipped down so you guys can sort of see the plug-in. So with the media mod, I'm using a right angle adapter, and then I just bought a real short USB-C cable. And then of course you got your microphone that plugs right back into the back of the media mod. So that really does make that a lot easier. The only real thing I worry about, and you'll notice that I have it taped off, I'm worried about the wind damaging the microphone. Nobody's really determined whether or not that will last.
It does, actually. It lasts very well. We've dropped mine already 6 times. Oh, actually, the Norseman has dropped mine 6 times.
Hey,
on the back of your bike, on the garbage can, on the lift, off of the workbench.
Hold on a sec. In my garage, you have a very specific space where you put your helmet and the rest of your stuff, so it's out of the way. I cleared out a shelf just for you. So you know what that means? Put your shit away.
But it does last.
What I will say though about this, if you're going to do the battery pack, obviously on your helmet, get the outdoor Velcro that's like 15 pounds, because the regular Velcro just doesn't quite grab enough. In fact, I just recently changed this one out because I had done the heavy duty Velcro on my other helmet, but when I got this one, I didn't have any, but I had some regular so I put it on there, and it was starting to pull away after I did a ride.
May I make a suggestion? This Velcro right here, okay? This is this automotive grade. This is the kind of stuff that they use to actually put headliners in vehicles and get them to stay. So when this actually goes together, it clicks and locks.
Oh, okay.
Just break it.
I did. Because I had a section of it cut off. But you see,
it doesn't break. Rips in half.
No. It's not that it doesn't break. It's plastic. Of course, it's going to break. But it doesn't. It's not actual hook and loop.
Okay.
Velcro. Traditional Velcro is hook and loop, right?
Yeah.
And depending on the density of the hook and the density of the loop is what basically will determine the tensile strength. These two actually snap together.
Where do you get that at? Can you get that on Amazon?
You could probably, if you look for automotive grade, you know what? I'll look it up and I'll send Mick a link.
But I even on this new helmet, even with all this extra weight, I mean, I've got, this is one of the flip up helmets.
Oh, I got this real quick.
So it actually does, like I said, weight wise is not as bad as it looks. Now, obviously, depending on the size of your battery bank, it could get ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I can't no longer recommend these batteries because Walmart, I bought the first one, then suddenly they disappeared, and then suddenly I found a bin of them on clearance for $5. So I bought 4 of them.
Yeah.
But if you can find them, they're under $10, and they're decent batteries. They are the other warning I will give about a lot of battery banks that you have to watch out for, they are power sensitive. So they will kind of turn themselves off after a while if it doesn't detect draw. So if you turn your GoPro off, so you go to a restaurant, whatever, eat, you got to remember to turn your GoPro on and then tap the battery button to start the charging cycle again. And then it'll stay on as long as it's drawing. But the moment it stops drawing, after a certain time, it will go to sleep. And I made that mistake once.
Y'all are making me bust out my industrial strength. So everything you see on this helmet right now currently is being held on with Velcro, including the camera. I actually stripped down a GoPro mount and swapped it out for Velcro just because where it mounts at. But this is the industrial strength stuff off of Amazon.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But that's how I do all my cables and stuff on the back, though, is I have the Velcro on the back.
I do the same thing with the microphone. I basically have the cord stuck in a small piece of Velcro holding it inside my helmet.
Once I went to splitting microphones, I had to create a setup so I could hold both of them. And so I got one to my Senna and one to my actual mic I talk through. And I don't know, man, like this just keeps transforming and
keeps getting weirder and weirder.
My toothless.
It just looks like it gets heavier and heavier.
It actually is quite lightweight though, which is insane to think about. But yeah, they oh, by the way, they started selling those fins again, so I'm actually pretty pumped about that. On the top of my little spikes on the top of my helmet. They stopped selling them for a while. But yeah, I mean, the Velcro is the way to go in my mind. I played around with the GoPro double-sided tape and all the other double-sided tape, and that stuff just doesn't hold.
I haven't had any problem with the 3M stuff, but I've not had any good luck with any of the cheapo Amazon. The 3M stuff I seem to be okay with, but the cheapo stuff doesn't hold.
Yeah, 3M double-sided, like automotive grade adhesive, like the double-sided tape. They're very proprietary when it comes down to what they use in that adhesive.
Don't tempt him.
We're working on that right now, actually. We actually are working on that to make that work. I want them to light up either red or green, white, and orange.
Just post switch. Make it good.
You know what? I think at that point, if you're going to start lighting all that up, you're definitely going to have to like either plug your helmet into the bike, or you're going to have to go with like a solar panel on that thing.
That's what I already have that on the other side for. I found a solar panel that's about that big.
The only problem you have is with red is you might attract the wrong attention with the police.
You know, by the time all said and done, your helmet's going to look like a two-way ham radio receiving station.
How would you know? You only ever see the back of it.
That's where all the wires are.
It is true, but also you only see the back of it from a quarter mile behind.
It's bad that I can still see all those wires from a quarter mile out.
Can you though?
I can.
No, and when it like so when you like Travis or my Dun Life or Dun Life or
You can call me Travis. I mean, that's what my name is. So
I don't
what I was
know. That's my government name. So Travis, when you picked your camera for your helmet, was the primary objective for it was that recording videos, or was that like initially you got it for, safety purposes?
Originally, when I started recording, it was kind of fun, and B, it was more like I had the old Hero pluses, and of course you couldn't put any microphones or anything like that on those ones, and it was really just more of a dash cam. It was just a catch somebody doing something stupid, 3 lanes of traffic, that kind of stuff. And eventually I was like, you know what, I want to do something fun with it. And that's, and I kind of had a YouTube channel that I was playing with, and I was like, I hadn't done anything in a while. And I'm like, you know what, I'm riding, I might as well, and that's why I ended up getting I actually originally got a Hero 7, and like literally right after I got the Hero 7, they announced the Hero 8, and I'm like, with the media mod, I'm like, screw that. I took it back, returned it, waited 3 weeks, and got the Hero 8. But I will say I agree with a lot of people in chat and stuff. It's the battery life is atrocious. If there's anything that GoPro needs to fix, it's the battery life.
Well, they talk about that a little bit on GoPro's website with their new batteries, the blue tip ones or blue bottom ones, or you want to call it. And it's a higher discharge rate for the quality of the film. And I think that's something that kind of hurts GoPro, because like you're not going to buy a Hero 7 or Hero 8 and not turn on the hyper smooth.
Well, and that's what specifically it was designed for, was the extra stabilization. So it's kind of that catch-22, and like I said in the chat, 40-45 minutes 2K 60 is about all I get. And I think that's pretty much average from what I've heard from other people.
And I think that's why I like my Hero 7, because even with the 2K60 on there, or 2K24, whatever I'm running at the time, it really makes a huge difference, because that Hero 7 will run for an hour and a half on one battery, and that Hero 8 it goes down so quickly. But I can use my Hero 8 batteries in my Hero 7 too, so that's kind of nice.
Well, I'll get to figure that out too, because I picked up a Hero 7 for my face cam here recently, because my old Hero Plus decided to take a shit a while back.
I don't know if you have do you have GoPro Plus?
No.
So sign up for GoPro Plus, register your devices. That's a good one, because they have a replacement plan, so that if you pay that $3.99 a month, if anything happens to your GoPros, it gets replaced, no questions asked.
Might have to do that.
And also, it makes the mic adapter for the Hero 7, if you do decide you like the battery life on it better, $35.
Damn.
I paid $34 with 2-day shipping.
Wow. Yeah.
What is it?
It made the media mod. When I got the media mod for my Hero 8, it cost me $49.99.
So,
and batteries are $10.
So for your 7, I got this one off of Amazon. It's called a Refuel. Literally, yeah, you just throw this up, open it up, put your camera, you take the door off. What's cool about this is it actually will keep it water resistant. Just for the rubber that's around the USB-C, and plug this in, and you don't have any external cables or anything. You just literally hit the button, and you get 9 hours. And
that's
how big the entire unit is.
I kind of miss about my Hero Plus, because I had one of those battery banks that just literally plugged into the back and had a big cover on the back. Man, yeah. I could go like all day on that thing. It was like so nice.
And I go back and forth on that. where I do like having the opportunity to swap out batteries because it gives me more of a reason to stop at certain cool places. I can get a battery bank. I actually have a battery bank I can put on my helmet, and I can go 250 miles and turn my camera off and on because I do use the GoPro voice commands. I do love that aspect of them extremely a lot because I can be inside my helmet with the mic inside and not even have to touch it. Just say GoPro turn on, GoPro start recording, and it automatically just
So
GoPro turn off.
So that works through the microphone?
Yeah.
I see. I was never sure if it was just the built-in microphone or if it actually did pull from the.
I think if you have the microphone plugged in, the way the circuitry is set up, it actually diverts it to the actual. I want to say I think this is for the 7 and 8 because I think the bodies are still the same. I think the bodies for the 7 and the 8.
It won't work because
they're different.
The side doors are different. Where the battery and everything goes in.
If I was a gambling man, I would probably say that they do make the refuels for the 8s.
But at the same time, you can't have a mic or anything in it. So if it is just for a dash cam purpose, it's great.
Well, is your mic attached to where the USB-C side is?
It does, but you have to have the GoPro mic adapter plugged directly into the GoPro. I don't know if it'll. I mean, we might have to play with that when we get yours on there and see if it actually will still work.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look.
But I have the Alonzi thing on there also too. That's probably something I should point out to people that are looking at like a Hero 7. That the Alonzi mount. And the reason I don't have my side door on is because of GoPro Plus. I'm not too worried about it. If anything happens, they replace it. So I don't have that worry for me. But yeah, I don't know. But there's I forgot what we were talking about a second ago.
We were talking about microphones and battery packs.
Oh yeah, so the microphone actually you can when I run it inside my helmet, all I say is GoPro start recording, it kicks on, starts recording.
I'm gonna have to try that out before I'm actually leaving tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing about a 1,300 mile road trip with my stepdad and another friend of mine. We're gonna do Blue Ridge Parkway and hopefully Tail of the Dragon if the weather's gonna manage. If it ends up being a big washout, I probably won't do Tail of the Dragon.
Yeah, Tail of the Dragon dry is already a challenge for most people to not do something. Like, I'm not saying you're doing something stupid, but you got to worry about those stupid people that are going to be on that road.
Right.
And I've seen too many accidents where people think they can handle it and wipe out and cause someone else to wipe out.
Well, it's always that, there's the people that are just there to enjoy the road and the challenge of the curves. And then there's everybody else is trying to, like Pikes Peak race it down or up it.
Oh, something to check out though. I don't know if you ever watched Norman Reedus's Ride America.
I don't think I know that one.
So watch it, but there's at the base of the Tail of the Dragon, they do like mini bike racing in the evenings. But check out his thing with the Tail of the Dragon because he goes down it and it's actually really cool. But the place at the bottom, there is the Tree of Shame. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can explore over there. But Norman Reedus has a lot of great locations. I would love to go visit. Like opening my mind to different stuff. Honestly, right now, like I know everyone. Like I love my heritage and all that kind of stuff. But like thinking down the road, eventually I might look at like a Challenger or a Triumph Rocket 3.
Everybody, I've seen a lot of reviews on the Rocket 3, and there's a lot of people. I mean, the power wise, everyone says it's a boat as far as maneuvering, but the power is supposed to be awesome.
I mean, I'm coming from a Harley, so I understand boats.
True.
They are massive boats. But yeah, there's some good stuff. I mean, like you said, with your camera setup, you got that protected and very well taken care of. I mean, and that's something too. Is protecting that is a very important thing to do. Is to protect your items that you buy, and you're gonna be more likely to protect something that's more expensive than you are something that's like $50 and replaceable. Because I mean, I've seen this. I've captured a lot of dumb people on my camera. I've gotten a lot of people to stop acting stupid on camera. My favorite one are the Karens with their phones, and they have kids in the back, and they're like, I'm like, put your phone down, and they're like, don't try to tell me what to do with my life. And it's like, well, you're on camera. And then immediately it's like,
Did you see Scouse's recent video with the guy that got pulled over and then he dropped his bike?
no, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh yeah,
What happened?
So basically, what role he was doing? It was supposed to be a poker run that wasn't a poker run, but him and a bunch of guys were riding, and apparently some guy on an adventure bike was just hauling ass past him. Cop catches him, goes to pull him over, and apparently the guy drops his bike.
Like,
If you
forgot to put the kickstand down, just got off of it and
no,
bike.
I mean, I'm guessing the adventure bike was too tall for him.
Probably.
Like, you got to remember the adventure bikes, they're a lot taller than every other bike because they're meant to be adventures. As
Yeah.
much as
It's because of the suspension travel.
I-
6 feet of it.
well, you know what? I feel like the cop would just. I feel like at that point the cop's laughing so hard, like you're getting out of that ticket.
That was my comment. I was wondering if the cop let him out because he felt sorry for him, or he wrote him a bigger ticket because he was an idiot.
I don't know. Those usually will have a sobriety check tied to them.
True.
Oh, you must. The cop gets out with a tape measure and says, "You just must be this tall to ride the motorcycle."
Right here.
Sorry, dude, you're a little bit short for this motorcycle. Well, I mean,
All right, I'm actually going to jump off because I was just jumping on, obviously, to talk about that, but the wife came in a few minutes ago with food, so I'm kind of hungry.
all right, man. Well, I appreciate you stopping by.
Nope, no problem. No, I'm sure I'll be in the side chat.
Thank
man.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for stopping by.
Bye.
All right, we're gonna wait. There we go. Back to that. And the last camera I'm looking at. So if you guys do have any cameras you do recommend, throw them down in the side chat. So we are looking at the Insta 360 1R Twin Edition. I believe, who was it that brought this up earlier? I think it was Wind Reaper that brought this up earlier. And this is their whole modular system. Like, look at that. It pops apart. You can swap out lenses, different lenses to a 360, to a regular action camera, to... I don't know if that's the battery pack on the bottom, I'm guessing.
I imagine that probably is. It's probably
Oh,
like a dock.
That thing can't be... That's got to be expensive for batteries. What does it got? Super 5.7K. Like, that makes a difference. 4K wide angle, flow state stabilization, waterproof, invisible selfie stick, auto frame, hyperlapse, point to track, voice control, slow-mo, HDR, not basically everything that GoPro has in their 362. 2 ways to shoot. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like this camera, I haven't seen a price on this yet. Is there a price back here at Google for this thing?
I don't know. It sounds expensive.
Oh.
I can't see that. What's the price on that?
So the Twin Edition, which comes with the 360 lens and the regular lens, is $500, and the regular edition is $300. So
But
I guess
then-
compared to the GoPro, I guess the Hero 7 right now and the Hero 8, it's not
The
as
Hero
good.
8's like what, $399 right now?
$350 on sale. The GoPro Hero 7 is $229 on sale. But man, that's just super expensive.
You know what I'm curious though? I mean, if you get because it is modular, you probably end up with like different, I don't know, like depending on what you got to buy the base, right? I'm assuming that you have to buy like the standard kit that you're going to construct off of is going to be $500, and it comes with a camera and a screen and then the battery dock, right? But then how much does it cost for like each additional like component if you want to go to the 360 camera?
All right.
I'm just looking kind of like from a total.
From what it looks like, it's another $100. Battery case. Oh, so that is the battery. Battery base, fast charge hub. So how much are the batteries for this thing? Oh, that's not bad. $29.99 for the base. I thought it'd be way more. Battery is suitable from -4 to 104 degrees.
How long does the battery last?
Boosted battery base, charge hub. So the boosted battery base, so I'm guessing a bigger battery is $49.99. Regular is $29.99. 2 times faster. Max charge for 1190 milliamp hours. 3.8. I mean, it's probably about the same as the GoPro. Honestly, if we're looking at what the actual price of it is and time, those are that's it. The camera's amazing. So it took a bee sting above my eye earlier. You wouldn't believe the various stage of pain suffering I've gone through in the last hour. Well, sorry to hear that, Wind Reaper. Says the camera is amazing. Here's my thing with that: 1 battery, 1 brain, and 2 lenses. The problem is those 2 lenses it's $500 for both of them. And at the same time, with that 360 function, I think the one thing that you're going to have to worry about is, are you actually going to be able to use that 360 footage in a feasible manner? Because that's the hard part about a 360 camera. A, where you got to put it. And 2, it takes a lot of data and everything to be able to use it for anything.
So I've never really used the 360 camera, but like from what I've seen from like videos that we're taking with the 360, it's like a dome light over you, right?
It can be, or you can like attach it to your windshield or bars or something like that.
But like anything that I've seen overhead kind of gives it a little bit like more of like a distorted.
It's gonna look like it's gonna kind of look like Google Earth.
Yeah.
Except for high quality, I guess, or I guess higher quality. I don't know. I honestly don't like 360 cameras. The people I've talked to about them, one of the biggest ones when I was talking to John Maxwell about it was he said that the files are so big that it takes forever to download it onto the computer. And you had to have specific editing software that enables you to edit 4K camera or 4K or 5.7K 360 footage. And that's where the problem is. You got to be able to pull through that. And I'm sure people figure it out and it gets quicker, but I would rather just have my one camera and just live life normally.
It's just what it is point and shoot.
But yeah, when it comes to cameras on bikes, I think this is the most we've stayed on topic for a live stream ever. I'm going to blame that because Johnny's not here. It's the only footage I use, but I don't blog. That's the thing, though, is once you get into... So Wind Reaper said it's the only footage I use, but I don't blog. Well, once you get into blogging, or vlogging, whatever you want to call it, motovlogging, it becomes super hard to... He says it's a pretty heavy camera. You definitely know it's mounted to your helmet. That's another thing, is weight. If you are looking at the weight of a camera, find something lightweight that's going to fit nicely on the camera. I love my GoPros. I don't really notice the weight on my helmet from them. My helmet's also very balanced, but once again, I use my cameras for content creation and as a dash cam too. But at the same time, you got to look at what's going to be the use for your camera. If you are using it for like a dash cam, get like a Hero 7 or something. You know, even an older Hero 5. GoPro's the way to go with it. I know everyone said all these other ones are super nice, but GoPro has the most lucrative aftermarket. It's like the Harley of cameras. So
it's also like, I don't know. To me, it's like they have a reputation that they've established, right? And that's one of the reasons why I never went out and bought. Like, I don't do a whole lot with, you know, I'm just now starting getting into vlogging. And then with like creating anything and everything, it's like I have basically bought one just to record like vacations and like different places that me and the girlfriend go to explore.
Yeah.
And I've had that thing in, hiking in Tennessee. I've had it down the Sabo River. It's a good all around camera, and I don't have to worry about it.
And there's way more accessories for GoPros.
Well, and that's the thing is, I almost want to say there's like too many accessories,
which makes it nice though because it keeps the price point down.
Well, no, it does, but like, I'll give you an example. How many times on Amazon have you seen like, this is a motorcycle mount for a GoPro, GoPro base? And I bought a couple of them, and I've had them, especially on my, I mount them to my handlebars. I'll have them break, and you almost lose the camera. I mean, I got to a point now with like even genuine GoPro accessories. I have the suction cups that go on my fairing, and then the one that goes on my dash speedometer. So I can get that up. I can get 2 points of angle on it.
Yeah.
And even those I retrofitted tethers to, just because like I don't know, I'm fearful of just like losing a camera on the expressway.
Yeah.
Or wherever I'm at.
My Dunlop says I will say the Ghost X camera. While I wish I had it had 10K, 1080, 60 or 2K. It's compact and has a microphone built into it with extended battery. It's supposed to be 6 to 7 hours of recording. That's why I recommended the Ghost X. Spiff, I disappear for a bit. You guys are still on cameras? Shit. Here 5 is ridiculously light. But
all it is a lens.
Yeah,
I mean, the battery.
I will say that it is way better in my mind to have like a Ghost on there because Ghost is a very reputable company. It was really the first motovlogging camera company that people were using for motovlogging. The original Ghost Drift was one that everyone used. I know Walterific used it. I know there's other ones. But nowadays, like GoPro is the way to go. I'll say my Dunlop says I will say GoPro has done amazing things with image stabilizer. And they have. I think that's another big point is on motorcycles, there's a lot of bumps. We feel everything differently than a car does. So Wind Reaper says, I have the Sena Momentum Pro helmet that I use for regular footage and audio, but the footage is barely usable. Yeah, I know the Sena Momentum's camera quality is doo-doo. I honestly think that Sena should work with GoPro and create a helmet together with them. I think that
great.
That would create a helmet that would probably conquer the market for it.
So I might be under $1,000.
I might be looking at some people I might be working with for another helmet. It might not be a Bell, but that's a story for a later date, hopefully. Hey man, I don't think we ever stayed this much on topic.
Should we veer off?
I mean that, man. I know.
I can tell you this, just to go with the session. This is what I really liked about this camera. It's like it was so small and lightweight. Like when I had this thing mounted to my half helmet, you couldn't even tell it was there. A lot of times I'd forget it's there, and I'd like take the helmet off and smack it on something, and just you see the last portion of the footage of like the camera going up. And then with the if you look at the size difference between this and like the 7 Black, I mean this was great all day. The only problem is like you said, the battery being internal, and once it's done, you got to recharge it.
Yeah, and I do as much as I don't want to tonight, I am cutting the stream off at 7:30 our time. I just haven't been feeling super well, so I'm pushing through right now. If I seem like I'm not as energetic as my normal self, it's just because me and my wife have just not been feeling good. So as much as I hate to, because I love being able to chat on this stuff all night. But man, dude, I'm recovering from the wedding and everything like that and everything else going on in my life. Too much stresses, too much energy being taken away, not enough going back in. I do need to jump back on my bike though. I know I'm full disclosure to everyone watching the live stream. I haven't ridden my bike in like 2 weeks. That's just because I've been working and stressed, and I know, man. I'm normally always on my bike, but it's still even with the spiff, even with the mic adapter and external battery, it's still less than a pound. I give props to that. The Hero 5. I think they could do it. I think GoPro could bring back out a camera that's lightweight, small, and like that, and still films at a high level. And then have like the external battery pack that hooks into it would be really cool, like a GoPro specific one. Which, I mean, you're paying the GoPro price for it, but at the same time. But yeah. My Done Life says, this is why my setup battery is about the weight of a GoPro, so it balances side to side. Yeah.
Now you got to worry about his front to back.
That's, what, I will appreciate my oval helmet. That's another thing we can touch on real quick is where you mount your cameras on the bike. So we talked about some cameras, like places to mount the cameras on the bike is somewhere where you're going to be able to. I run an external battery for my session. So why did that pop up so fast? I run an external battery mic for my session from Spiff.
Oval diehard strapped to his back. Sorry, I'm just giving him shit.
Places you can mount the cameras on your motorcycle. My recommendation, if you have a windshield, do it there. If you are looking for that. JC Cycles, too much honey. No, man, just jumped back into a lot of stuff with work. So, and my energy's already been low lately. I've had a lot of stuff outside of work that's really been just adding some stress to my life. So it's one of those things where you always gotta find out what's best for you and what's not gonna harm your happiness, I guess, after you found it again. I've been through a lot of shit in the last fucking year or two, and being able to come back from that was a super big moment for me. But it's, it kind of catches up to me sometimes. But yeah, so while I was saying though, places to mount your camera, handlebars, your helmet's a good one. Windshields are a good one too. I mean, if you're just using it for like a dash cam, the windshield's gonna be the place that's like right in front of you. You're gonna be able to see it. They have mounts for stuff like that, and then you can get like the Norseman has the "Don't fall off my bike" straps. There it is, right there.
Handmade.
Super nice to use. And
well, my thing
totally
is like
getting married. Congrats, man. Thank you.
So this is like one of the things that I'm always concerned about is like I'm okay with suction cups like inside a vehicle. Like the fact that these are actually not bad. They're genuine GoPro. They're not bad. I haven't had one really, in a sense, fall off. But once again, it's a suction cup, so yeah. I'm always worried about these.
Spiff said if they put out the Hero 8 session, I'd pay $1,000 for that. I wouldn't. They put that thing out for like $199. I think it would sell like hotcakes. Image stabilization, all that kind of stuff, and then everyone just did what they did before, external battery mounts. I honestly think that a smaller camera would be nice sometimes. I know a lot of people took those Hero sessions when they had like the dirt bike or off-road style helmets and mounted them right there. I like having my camera on my chin bar, not just for motovlogging, but also to have it really important to have me. But also because it's really important to me that a camera sees what I see. Oh no, I got you, JC. Well, so that's why I mounted this right here, because this is the closest thing to first person you will get without being in your eyes. Because like under here in your chin, it's kind of seeing where your chin's seeing, like where my camera's up top right there. It's looking directly where I'm looking. So that's the cool thing about it. Oh, you got any final thoughts, the Norseman? Or want to show people anything special?
No, I'm thinking that I think at the end of all be all, understand what you want to use it for before you go make your selection on what you're going to buy. Because just because you buy the latest and greatest and the coolest and the most expensive doesn't mean it may be a little overkill for what you want to do with it.
Yeah, I mean that's the true fact is there's a lot of money that goes into it, and make sure you know what you're spending your money on,
Yeah.
because you don't want to be out that money.
Do your research before you spend that hard-earned green.
100% true. But like, put the thing on your speedo. Plausible deniability. Because I do have a soft tail, and he has got a road king. We could do that and just be like,
Well, I mean, this is
"Whoops."
where I actually mount. I have 2 of these, so usually I'll mount one in the speedo, like looking up, and then I'll mount the second one on the nose of the fairing, and then tether it off. So whatever my bike sees is what the viewer sees.
Yeah. But we're gonna wrap it up, you guys and girls and everyone, peoples that are watching. I do appreciate everyone that stopped by for the live stream tonight. Next week we'll be back to normal. We're gonna have a lot more energy and a lot more stuff. If you guys have anything like a topic you want to hear about or discuss on the live stream, be sure to go over to the community tab and leave a comment or post something on there, or post pictures of your bike. If you got your bike, go over to the community tab, post a picture of your bike. I'll be able to see it. I would love to see everyone's motorcycles except for Road Kings with fairings. Oddly specific.
I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Totally missed that last comment.
And if you are going to put stuff up on there, learn to edit. I mean, if you're going to make a YouTube channel, it's quite easy, super easy. I'm going to have a crash course with the Norseman here soon with it. And he did get a logo.
I got an intro all set up and ready.
So once he gets a chance, I'm going to have him post his YouTube channel link over on my community tab, so you guys can go check that out too. We're going to get him rolling, making content. But yeah, no, man, I appreciate it too, Don Life, for being on here. But
definitely,
once again, everyone, thank you for stopping by. Do appreciate the shorter show tonight, but we will be back with all the shenanigans and chaos next week. And like I said, go to the community tab, let me know. If you haven't liked this video yet, leave a big thumbs up. If you're new and you like the content, check out my channel a little bit, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload new videos. And as always, I hope you have a great day, evening, night, morning, afternoon tea, brunch, lunch, nightcap, midnight snack, crumpet, McGriddle, bacon sandwich. And remember to always ride for freedom. Say goodbye, Norseman.
Bye, Norseman.
Goodbye, everybody.